Paige Davis and Mark Steinis tell all about their new talk show. Romantic date ideas you'll both fall in love with. How to raise a young foodie with grace and style. Welcome to Life Love Shopping. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Michelle Yarn. Fever, sore throat, stuffy nose.
You okay?
All of the symptoms of the cold you're pretending to have when you call in sick.
And look, taking a personal day can be good for your health. If you plan to play hooky, you'll need these tips on how to call in sick without getting caught. Don't oversell it. When you're really sick, you don't feel the need to explain yourself or give a play-by-play of your bathroom visits. The fewer details, people, the better. Just say you're sick. Also, skip the Oscar-winning performance, for example.
Get him, honey.
Ferris?
He doesn't have a fever, but he says his stomach hurts and he's seeing spots.
I'm fine. I get up.
No.
Okay, so it worked for Ferris, but won't likely work for you. Plus, those antics mean you may be compromising your integrity. Don't use your fake sick voice or add a cough during the call. And don't become a repeat caller. Once or twice a year is believable, not once a month. Choose your days wisely, too, so you don't draw attention to yourself. Because if you call in sick on a really busy workday and you put the load on someone else, people are going to be really upset about it.
And on the flip side of that, if you actually are sick, please take the day off.
Yes.
Because there's nothing worse than somebody sneezing next to you the whole time and you're just like,
everywhere.
you want to be in a bubble.
Yeah.
Well, here's another reason to get a good night's sleep. Too little shut-eye can tip the scales. Scientists have known for years that sleep deprivation makes you tired and cranky and clouds your ability to think clearly, but now they're adding weight gain to the list of side effects. They discovered a lack of sleep increases your hunger hormones and then decreases your fullness hormones, so cue the overeating and the weight gain. So how much sleep is enough? Well, everyone's sleep needs vary, but the general rule is 7 to 9 hours equals a good night's sleep. Some people operate better on 4 to 6, while others need at least 8. And as you get older, you don't need as much sleep, maybe 7 to 8 hours max.
Ah, the fall, the cooler weather just makes you want to snuggle up to somebody special, doesn't it? Here are a few date ideas from Glamour magazine, perfect for the season. Take your date on a tour to see the colors of the leaves changing. You can walk arm in arm through the park together or take a drive out in the country. The colors are stunning and it gives you lots of time to chat. If you live near an apple orchard, take your date out to pick apples. It's something different, and then you can put those fresh picked apples to good use and make apple cider together. Delicious, hands-on, and you can even find a recipe calling for a little extra booze if you really want to spice some things up. And if pumpkins are more your style, get creative together and carve your best pumpkin face. Sip on pumpkin ale, which I know Michelle likes, for an even more festive vibe. And forget his stomach. The quickest way to a man's heart may be through football. Score some tickets to a game or host a private tailgate party at your place if you really want to score points with him.
Now, if you still need the perfect man to take on that fall date, here's a contender for you. Check out the real-life Ken doll whose body is mostly made of plastic.
Oh, no.
This is Justin Jedlicka. He transformed his body head to toe, about $100 grand for that. That includes silicone implants in his booty, his belly, his biceps, his triceps, 5 nose jobs.
Ooh.
He did not spend any time at the gym to carve out his sculpted abs because he said that's not very glamorous. And he and doctors agree that all the silicone could jeopardize his health. He says it's a small price to pay for the perfect body, and he wants to continue to work on that body. He's had 90 surgeries in the last 10 years, which is insane.
You know, someone like him, I think, is probably a candidate for something called body dysmorphia, where they continue to look in the mirror and they don't see the changes. They see something completely different. That guy has a booty to rival Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. And he does not look like Ken, I'm sorry. He doesn't even look
No,
close
not
to
at
me.
all. We've showed you the scary, beautiful shoes on Life Love Shopping. Now we've found a pair that might make you shudder. Artists Mariana Fantich and Dominic Young of Fantich & Young have created a pair of men's dress shoes. Are you ready for this? Called the Apex Predator shoes. Yes, those are real teeth on the soles of those shoes.
Disgusting.
They're made with 1,000 teeth from dentures glued on the bottom with 2 gold teeth fashioned to the tip of the shoes. Now, just in case you need a disclaimer, you should not attempt to wear these or create your own at home. I'm just saying. And if you're not fully freaked out yet, wait, there's more. There's also the Apex Predator suit made out of human hair, more teeth, and wait for it, glass eyes for buttons. Just in case you were wondering, the suit and shoes Not for sale.
Oh, darn, I'm sure Lady Gaga is upset about that one. Well, if you're ready in your wardrobe for the fall season, here are a few tips to keep in mind and some fall trends meant for the runway, not the real world. High-collared, boxy dresses. All they do is hide your shape, and really they don't add much to the rest of your wardrobe, so you can skip those. Colored fur. This item is a pricey purchase, and it only works in the late fall or the winter season. Also, graphic sweaters. Time to toss these. A shapeless sweatshirt with a comic strip on it looks cute on a 10-year-old, but not a grown-up. Also, big hats. Even if your name is Pippa Middleton, there is no real-world application unless you're invited to a royal wedding. And finally, huge leather jackets. They look sloppy, like you pulled your dad's old jacket out of his 90s members-only collection.
We love talking about improving our home, so why can't we stop talking about it and start doing it? Here to help us with that are Mark Steinis and Paige Davis, hosts of the new Hallmark Channel show, Home and Family. Good morning, you two.
Morning. I'm coming right over to clean your gutters. We are going to get those tasks on your do list.
I cannot wait. You guys are now the how-to experts. Tell us about the new show.
Well, the new show isn't so much just a how-to show or just a DIY show. It's actually so much more than that. It's in the title, Home and Family. Anything and everything that concerns your home and your family is something that we'll be talking about, going through and teaching about, learning about, and it's a really good time. One of the things that sets our show apart is, like I said, it's in a real home. So when the guests come to visit, whether it's to be a cook or a craft expert, or if it's a celebrity who's going to sing, or if it's just an interview, they enter the space as though they're guests in our home. And they even stick around. You know, everybody is kind of part of everybody else's segment. If we're doing a cooking segment, all the guests sit at the kitchen counter and you know, they all get to taste. And we carry them through the show, and everyone gets to participate in kind of the round table topics that we have each day. And that's my favorite part about it, is the sort of family atmosphere that we create when we're talking about home and family.
And if you stick around too long, we put you to work.
This sounds like so much fun. What is the most popular thing that you two are asked how to do? And how do you do it? And of course, the strangest question you've been asked so far.
Strangest question we've been asked was not a question, it was a comment. People said that Mark and I acted like we were married. I said if we acted like we were married, we'd just be fighting all the time.
Well, viewers can dream, right? I mean, come on.
Well, truth is, we've spent so much time together getting the show up off the ground, and we're just at the very beginning stages. So the hours and hours and hours that you put in, pretty soon you're so weary-eyed, and you just lean on each other for support. So we kind of almost go through the actions of a young couple in a romantic state in a way, because we've got our arms like, come on.
You were like holding on for dear life to each other.
Mark, let me ask you this question. Who's been your favorite celebrity guest so far?
Oh, that's so hard to answer.
Wow, that is hard to answer.
Yeah,
well, Michael Urie happens to be a good friend of mine, and he's going to be on the show today, actually. Yeah. And Lee DeWyze was singing, you know, American Idol. Lee DeWyze.
Chris Renee was amazing.
Chris Renee from X Factor.
Betty White was on
Naomi Judd was a pistol and a half. We loved her so much. And David Arquette is
yes,
actually
you can say that for sure.
Yeah, David Arquette is actually a friend of Mark's.
And Rita Rudner just took the show by the reins and just took off, and we couldn't stop her. She was in from one room to the next.
We were doing a Halloween gingerbread house, and she's running through the house, and Mark is like, please, nobody give Rita sugar.
Mark and Paige, thank you so much. Congrats on the new show.
Well, entertaining at home can be fun, but it can also be a lot of work. So here are some tips from Haven All Together Home to make you the hostess with the mostest. First of all, throw a new style potluck dinner. This is cool. You assign appetizers, sides, and desserts to each guest, and then the hostess prepares the entree, and you can let the hostess keep the platter that you bring as your gift. Also, casual is the new black tie, so try a cookie decorating party. You can bake plain cookies ahead of time, and then you have your friends over to decorate, maybe have a nice glass of wine, you make some memories, and it's definitely worth making the mess. Also, you can involve the children by buying elegant place cards and then letting the young kids write the names. You can also send them outside, and they can gather pine cones and branches and leaves to place on the buffet table. Also, you can make the decor simple. Unless Oprah is coming over, seriously, try some nature-based decor. For example, you can place 3 big clear vases on your table and then fill them with mini pumpkins, Granny Smith apples, the pine cones the kids collected, ornaments, or even greenery. Also, always set the table the day before because you really don't want to get stuck ironing a table runner an hour before your guests arrive.
This is true.
Yes.
Stress in certain foods can be terrible for your skin. Here's a list of foods to avoid if you have trouble with breakouts. Meat and dairy. Now, a lot of chicken and beef found in your typical grocery store aisle are treated with a variety of steroids and growth hormones, which can have an adverse effect on your skin and your body. Fried food. I know it smells delicious, tastes great too, but cooking food in high-fat oils, not good for your skin because of the way the body breaks down the fat. So if you want glowing skin, stay away from the fryer. And sweeteners and artificial colors. Artificial sweeteners can cause problems with digestion and dull your skin because our systems are not meant to process those kinds of manufactured ingredients.
So all the tasty stuff.
Yeah, I know. I hate to break it down for you, but
Unfortunately. Well, don't go anywhere. Life Love Shopping will be right back, and we are taking a look at the upcoming events that will have you talking all week long.
also advice from a chef to get your kids to order salmon instead of spaghetti while dining out. That's next.
Never take no from someone who doesn't have the power to say yes.
Oh, that's I so pale in comparison to that.
Try.
Oh gosh, I don't have clean underwear handy.
Parents, when you're eating out with the kids, do you find yourself always ordering the same thing, like chicken nuggets and mac and cheese? Well, there are alternatives, and joining us in the Craftmade LG kitchen with that alternative is Chef Mac Lynch from Roy's Restaurant. Hi.
Aloha. Thanks for having me this morning.
Thanks for coming in. And you know, parents do that. I feel like they get in this rut of ordering the same thing. They want what the kids will eat, right? But there's a better way to go about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. At Roy's, we try to make the keikis feel very special. You know, when they come in, we offer a 3-course menu. They get their
That's so
own.
cute.
They get their own menu actually, which offers coloring and stuff like that to keep them involved. But we start off with a quesadilla. So as soon as they walk through the door, they're like, fire keiki, fire keiki. So we send out a little quesadilla, some fruit sticks and stuff like that, a little ranch dressing. And then we have several alternatives for entrees. And today we're gonna do our keiki salmon, or in my household, my daughter likes to call it the pink fish. So we made a simple teriyaki sauce. It's got a little bit of gluten-free, organic soy sauce here, just some sugar, a little bit of water, ginger, and garlic.
Yum.
You can mix it up, do it with your kids. Just really simple, mix together. Here's what I've done. It'll last in your refrigerator for several weeks, especially if you don't enter a protein into it. So if you
So you
pour,
can use it for other things.
absolutely, a little bit of rice, stir fry, chicken, you know, and we made it in your house, so it doesn't have a whole lot of extra preservatives
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And today we're gonna do salmon. We have a nice piece we've marinated here. We're gonna put this down in our pan. Marinate it for about 10 minutes. It's gonna give a nice glaze to it.
And I have to ask you while that's cooking, why salmon? Like, what are some of the benefits for kids?
Well,
of choosing
salmon's great.
salmon?
It's not too offensive for the children, and then it's a great source of amino acids. Has a lot of vitamin B6
Sure.
and 12 and things like that. It's really good for you.
Those
And,
omega-3s we always hear about.
Exactly. Good for your heart and stuff like that. So starting young, trying to teach kids to eat right. I mean, and then for dessert, we have a little bit of ice cream and cookies
Yeah, you
and
gotta
things
give 'em
like
a
that.
little
Oh,
treat
absolutely,
somewhere.
absolutely. So we start by cooking this. You know, we cook it through whatever the parents prefer for their children, and start like this. And see a nice glaze, and that you can do this on your grill. Like at Roy's, we actually grill them on our open flame grill.
Nice.
And we're gonna plate this up here. We serve it with a little bit of rice.
This is the finished deal here.
Absolutely. So we have a couple of interesting little shapes, you know, stars and moons and things like that. We have the glazed salmon here, and then we like to serve it with tomatoes and cucumbers,
Well,
just
and
sliced up.
teriyaki is good too because it's slightly sweet, right? So the kids will
Exactly.
tend to like it a little bit more.
Absolutely. So we're kind of tricking them into eating something good with a hint of sugar. Not
Yeah.
too much, and you can control the amount of sugar. But you know, just trying to do the right thing for your children and change it up a little bit.
And as far as fine dining goes, like Roy's is such a nice restaurant, but what are your tips with the kids? I mean, you have some suggestions like going early?
Yes. We love kids at Roy's, and I think we love kids to come in. So yeah, I think coming in early, usually it's a little bit quieter. There's a lot more tables around. Usually the staff engages the children a lot more. Like it's not unusual for us to see a child being carried around a dining room at Roy's or something like that, where
Yeah.
the parents enjoy their dinner. You know,
Keeping them entertained.
keeping them entertained. We have a coloring book. You know, everybody has electronic devices and things like that. And then, you know, let your kids order. You
Yeah,
know,
if
give
they're
them a little bit of-
involved, they'll be more likely to eat what they've
Teach
got.
them good manners too. You know, everybody's always impressed. Oh, those kids are so nice. They said thank you, or you know,
Yeah.
when you drop the food off. So, you know.
Thank you. Thank you for your
No
advice.
problem.
And don't worry, parents, you can get this recipe on our website, lifeloveshopping.com.
Food trends like fashion come and go, and like the bubble skirt and those acid wash jeans, there are some of those food trends that were probably better left on the kitchen floor. Jell-O and aspic salads were big in the 1930s. Yeah, salads containing the word gelatin or congealed should probably not even be street legal in any decade, really. However, the hip crowd started serving these sculptured food marvels that jiggled at parties during the Great Depression. Spam became popular in the 1940s. The long-lasting effects of the Great Depression, thanks to rationing during World War II, dictated food trends during this era. And Spam, the canned meat product, became a military staple and caught on stateside in homes and restaurants. And foam, a food fad in the 2000s. Yes, Farron Adria, the mad genius chef at El Bulli, explored a new culinary frontier. After dabbling in molecular gastronomy, he moved on to foams and mixed science with food to create mushroom, beet, and meat foams as a way to add flavor to dishes without changing their composition. Bon appetit. Many children suffer from asthma and food allergies, but believe it or not, some states just are not making the grade when it comes to protecting your little ones. Check this out.
Hi, I'm Charlotte Collins, Vice President of Policy and Programs at the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America. We have a new report showing that only a few states make the grade when it comes to protecting kids with asthma and food allergies at school. Our study finds that most states don't have core policies in place to protect children with these chronic diseases at school. In fact, over 9 million children have asthma and 3 million have food allergies, which makes going to school a daily risk, affecting how well they can or can't manage their disease. Our state honor roll of asthma and allergy policies for schools assesses all 50 states and D.C. on their leadership and progress on school-based health policies in more than 100,000 schools. Just 7 states and Washington, D.C. were named to the honor roll. To see a full report and find out if your state made the state honor roll, visit statehonorroll.org.
Well, the gloves are on again in the presidential arena, plus some sweet days to celebrate.
Lisa Spooner from our news partner, The Daily Buzz, has your scoop on the week ahead. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, ladies. We're starting this week off with a bang, but the question is, which President Obama will show up at tonight's debate? Will it be the passive commander-in-chief from debate 1 or the one who came out swinging in debate 2?
True.
Guess you're going to have to watch tonight's debate starting at 9:30 Eastern time to find out. The format for the final presidential debate will be identical to the first and will focus on foreign policy. Well, did you know that fried chicken is the most ordered meal in sit-down restaurants in the country? So, even if it's just for Thursday, allow yourself to indulge in a little unhealthy yumminess to celebrate National Greasy Foods Day. Yeah, again, that's this Thursday the 25th. Now, let's be honest, it might not be the healthiest choice out there, but everyone on occasion loves the taste of greasy food. And just in time for all you boys and ghouls.
The only reason she babysits is to have
Halloween.
That's right, Michael Myers is back. The original 1978 John Carpenter classic starring Donald Pleasance and a young Jamie Lee Curtis is hitting select theaters. It is a limited re-release, so be sure to check your theater for showtimes. And that's a look at your week ahead. Back over to you guys.
Lisa, thank you. Halloween, one of the scariest movies I have ever seen.
How fun would that be to go see?
Still more to come here on Life Love Shopping. You can buy almost anything on eBay.
Keyword being almost. eBay's surprising list of banned items is coming up next.
Who or what is your greatest love? Mark, you first.
Oh, my children.
Abe?
Yeah, my husband and my dog, Sophie.
Yeah.
Well, hospital workers put together this video to raise awareness for breast cancer, and in just a few years, it's had more than 13 million views. It's also inspired an annual Pink Love dance competition. Check out the videos at pinklovedance.com and vote for your favorite.
Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. You may think you can buy anything on eBay, but there are some items the web's largest auction site has banned, starting with eyeglasses. Prescription eyeglasses can be expensive, and one would think you could save a few bucks by buying a pair on eBay. However, thanks to an eBay policy, eyeglasses are considered a medical device like pacemakers and cannot be sold on eBay. If I Did It by O.J. Simpson. The strange pseudo-confessionary book by O.J. Simpson almost never made it to store shelves, but after rights to the book's profits were settled, it finally went to press. However, eBay has filed the O.J. book under items related to violent felons.
Good job.
Making it the first book to land on eBay's banned felon book list. And psychic readings. Well, you'll have to take your tarot card obsession somewhere else, people. eBay banned psychic services at the end of August, despite a petition signed by 1,500 people trying to keep the spiritual channels open. But Miss Cleo already knew that, I'm sure.
This is crazy. And all those items you can't buy yet, you can buy used underwear on eBay.
Yeah.
Come on.
Another one, too, cosmetics. Any used cosmetics or any cosmetics that have been opened, you can't buy those on eBay. It's you would have never thought about the banned list of eBay items.
Well, and they say with cosmetics anyway, a lot of those end up being fakes. We did a story on that not too long ago, and there's all these added ingredients, so you want to be careful anyway with the bargains on the makeup.
And as far as the eyeglasses go, it's kind of an interesting thought as far as it being a piece of medical equipment.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, I suppose the frames are one thing, but if you're putting in a prescription, it's a whole other liability.
True, very true. Well, coming up tomorrow on Life Love Shopping, she's lending her voice to a message shaping the lives of breast cancer survivors. We are chatting with Grammy Award-winning singer Jewel. Plus, the holidays are fast approaching. Are you not prepared? Are you ready? Well, we have got some tips just for you to help you out.
Are you prepared?
No. I can't even believe we are close to the holidays already, and now with a new baby too, there's like all this planning we have to do.
When I started seeing the holiday decorations before the Halloween decorations, I knew there was a shift.
Yep. I swear every time I'm like, I'm getting started early. I'm going to do it this year. My shopping I will do online and get it done.
You're still trying to figure out your Halloween costume.
Yeah, I know. We'll get there eventually.
Here at Life Love Shopping, we want to connect with you. When we're not on TV, you can stay in touch by liking our Facebook page. You can also follow and tweet us on Twitter at Life Love Shop. That does it for Life Love Shopping today. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you next time.
I shop on the internet and I buy gadgets.
I do
You're a
love
gadget guy.
shopping
I
on
knew
the
it.
internet. I love shopping on the internet. But I'm also a big like Target, Walmart kind of gal. Like I love going in and just like I could get lost in stores like that forever.
Yeah.